This IEM is there to fill the void in the IEM industry and freshen it up. These are HiSenior Mega 5 EST or MegaFest, a $600 IEM that boasts modern tuning. And it says that this tuning appeals to everyone. Well, how does it actually fare? Let's find out. Before starting, this unit was graciously provided by the lovely people at the audio store for review purposes, and all the opinions are mine. Be sure to explore their store. It has an incredible catalog of IEMs and audiophile equipment. I will keep the link in description. It's not an affiliate link, so do check out. So now back to the review. Let's start with build quality and design. I have the 7th anniversary version. It comes with IEMs, 2 style of ear tips, silicone tips and foam tips, a microfiber towel, and a Pelican style waterproof carry case. It is a tank built case. However, I am not fan of small storage inside, and it is a very tight case. However, it ensures the safety of your IEM. The IEMs itself are resin made sturdy looking IEMs, and these have a very muted yet flared look. This type of look very easily dissolves in your day-to-day life. I appreciate this kind of design. In fact, the whole theme for this IEM is easy and effortless. Overall, the IEMs are robust and they look very durable to me, including the cable. This is one of the best cable I have used. It looks premium, it's easy to handle and doesn't uncoil unnecessarily. It is a 2-pin detachable cable and it only comes with 4.4 mm connector. So that is one thing to keep in mind. I had plenty of sources to go for 4.4 because I love 4.4 connection. But if you don't have one, I would say keep that in mind. You might need a new 3.5 mm cable or a new DAC that has 4.4 output. Overall comfort and fit as well is fantastic on these IEMs. They fit very easily and do not build unnecessary ear pressure as well. I had no issues using them for long hours. Though I found ear tips supplied with these IEM do not do justice to these IEMs. For me, SpinFit W1 and the Velvet tips work really well. Specifications wise, these are tribrid 5 driver IEMs with 1 DD for low frequencies, 2 balance armature for mids and upper treble, and 2 electrostatic driver working as super tweeter for higher frequencies. Here are the specifications for you. Since these IEM come only with 4.4 balance connector, so I cannot tell you the connectivity or drivability with mobile or a laptop. However, even a DAC like Moondrop Dawn Pro or FIO K13 was good enough to drive these IEMs. And if you're going for a $600 IEM, I'm pretty sure you already have an idea about the power. So with all these technologies, how does it sound? To start with, let's take the opportunity to first appreciate how beautifully these IEMs are tuned. The website says Harman Target IEM referred and HiSenior Smooth Coherence Tuning. I'm not sure what that is, however that really worked in their favor. It seems like they literally took all the feedback from Harman tuning and improved upon every bit. It is a U-style tuning that performs really well with all kind of music, and this style of tuning is not new. We have already seen this type of tuning in Moondrop Dusk default DSP, and at the same time this tuning is almost same as that of Subtonic Storm. In fact, you can call it Mini Storm. Let's break it down in detail, starting with the bass. This is one of the most balanced bass I have ever listened. The graph might suggest overly boosted sub bass, but no, it's just apt. The bass has a very good weight and speed to it, and in some songs it literally gives you that headphone feel. So I was listening to a song suggested by a subscriber, Hybrido by Troyboy, and it has some pretty sweet bass. And when I was listening to this on MegaFest, it didn't feel like I'm listening it on an IEM. It had a beautiful, weighty, thumpy bass full of texture. And the mids, one word, gorgeous. These are the most natural and well done mids I have listened. The tone, the body and the timbre is top notch. The mids are very well layered, very well separated. In fact, the coherence of bass and mids in the music is just top notch. Both male and female vocals sound exactly how they should. I will not change even a thing from this mids. And you know what's the best part about these mids? Every detail in the mids is prominent and well layered. Treble again on the Megafest is smooth and pleasant. It is never dark and never harsh. Sibilance is not even a word for this IEM. And as I said earlier, the whole theme for this IEM is easy and effortless, except for closing the Pelican case, of course. It is a very well extended treble that comes with a lot of details. However, because of slightly subdued treble, Technicalities on this IEM takes a slight hit as compared to some of its competitors like Dusk. However, it is only by comparison because it has solid resolution. My favorite part is sound staging. It is wide, it has holographic nature as well, and with very accurate imaging, it's a treat to listen to well-mastered tracks on this particular IEM. Listen to If I Could Sing Your Blues, and this will blow your mind in terms of sound staging and imaging. The trumpet, the classical guitar and Sarah's voice, everything is at place and very precisely. The dynamic range and atmospherical performance, pure solid. The only part where I feel it needs to work a bit is rhythm and timing, because tuning wise this IEM is so perfect that in some songs it loses its wow factor, especially in those jazz kind of songs. Overall, it is one of the best IEM I have ever listened to, period. However, how does it compare in terms of competition? Let's find out. Well, nowadays competition is so fierce you can get best of the experience and sound under $400. Case in point, Moondrop Dusk, Elysian Pilgrim, the Audiophile 4, and you do not need to go to $600 mark. So let's compare Megafest with Moondrop Dusk and Hype 4. Well, compared to Dusk Default DSP and Hype 4, if I talk about overall package and build, I like Megafest and Hype 4 better in terms of cable and ear tips inclusion per se. However, design and build wise, I would choose Dusk over these. In terms of sound, Dusk and Megafest both are very similarly tuned. However, both sound slightly different, and Hype 4 again is tuned in similar line, however in a very different taste. Let's break it down. In terms of bass, Dusk and Megafest are almost exactly similar. I like the bass on Hype 4 better than both of these. It has slightly more weight and depth to it, and it hits deeper and harder. Megafest boasts the best mid performance under $600. No other IEM can touch it musically. However, Dusk is very close in terms of performance. We are talking 9.5 and 10 here. However, Hype 4 is slightly warmish. And when I say slightly, like very slightly, again, we are talking 9.5, 10 here, guys. In terms of treble, Hype 4 is most exciting, and Megafest took the relaxing approach, while Dusk is best of both worlds. I prefer Dusk here because it maintains the balance of both energy and resolution. And when I talk about technicals, Dusk is the best IEM, and Hype 4 comes second, Megafest takes a slight back. All coming with USP of their own. However, Dusk is just awesome in resolving capabilities. So how do you choose? Well, I have been daily driving them for a long time. Objectively, if you want best value for money, get Moondrop Dusk. It's hard to beat IEM. If you want best IEM, Megafest is the best IEM amongst the three. And if you want most fun IEM, get Hype 4. Now personally, most modern music sound best on Hype 4 because of the added warmth and that excitement. And Megafest is just an IEM you can keep listening and you will not get bothered. In conclusion, Febos IEM or HiSenior has done a fabulous job on this particular IEM, Megafest. And Megafest is that one IEM you can keep listening to it and you'll not be bothered. You can listen to it all day, and it gets my blind recommendation. And I would give Megafest a solid 5 stars. This IEM just cannot make you feel bad in any way. Well, I enjoyed a lot reviewing this IEM, and this was it for Megafest. Do share your thoughts, do subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.